Hello, everyone, and thank you for listening in. Today, I want to talk about kind of something out of the situation with our pandemic that's happening right now. We're in the midst of our world trying to decide when do things reopen, when do we get back to some kind of normalcy. And this kind of brought up something that seems really familiar to me, and I think to a lot of us. And that is, when do you know when it's time to make that step, to make that risk and cross over and get out of your comfort zone and into discomfort? That's what I see is where we are right now. Our world and culture is analyzing what's the right time, what's the right measure. When do you absolutely know it's the safest to do what you need to do? And I think we all know the truth. You really don't completely know when. And life does this, where we have to make that decision to cross the line, you take that risk and jump. That's something you just can't avoid, where we have to get out of our comfort zone. And that's what I really want to kind of dial in on today, is going from our comfort zone into discomfort and why that is essential. And I would even say it's life or death. Because when we don't get out of our comfort zone, we stay in a safe, comfortable, certain, predictable situation, and we never grow. If we don't grow, you die. And that is not what we're going for. We're trying to live and thrive. I got a great metaphor about this morning. I was going through a very smart, clever book by Dina Ferrugia, the Life Strengthening book. And it's a very great book, a good read. I recommend it. And a great metaphor I got out of the book was, ships were built, right? They're safest in a harbor. Ships are safest when they're docked. But ships weren't built to be docked. They were built to sail and to soar through the ocean and go through the waves and go over the sea. That's what ships were built for. And so are we. We're just like that in a lot of ways. Life has a harbor and an ocean. And our harbors that we live in are safe, predictable, and certain. But if you never cross that line and get out of the harbor into the sea, you don't grow, you don't thrive, you don't discover life and you. And that's important. Too many times I work with people who are stuck, they're depressed, life is empty, there's nothing going on, and they're dying inside because avoiding discomfort. Life demands us to cross that line and get uncomfortable. And I want to encourage us and actually challenge us with this notion to gain some comfort in getting uncomfortable. That's where you grow. That's where you find muscles you never had inside of you, skills that become real to you, and you actually maybe an experience, a presence of God you never had in your life before because you risked it. I've always said that kind of God lives 5 feet off the cliff. It's when you jump, it's when you learn to fly, in a way. So I want to kind of challenge us to think about, where in your life do you feel you're being called in a very uncomfortable manner? And if you're resisting it, you know when you are. I want to challenge you to take one step today toward that, and another step tomorrow to do that. I know that can be tough, difficult. And if you are having struggles in getting out of your comfort zone and growing, I encourage you to reach out. We can sit down and strategize how to make those steps. Or if you know somebody who's in that kind of predicament and ambiguity of life and to not make that step, send them over here and we'll talk about it and strategize how to gain some comfort and be uncomfortable. Because I know a lot of us want to be that person who walks into a room and people look at them and go, wow, they got that thing, they got that essence, right? You ever seen that person has that confidence? It's because they crossed the line. You got to cross the line out of the harbor into the sea of life. And that's when you grow and life has meaning and purpose. So take the challenge, take a step today. If this was important and helpful today, please share it. If you need help, message me or contact me at keithcounseling.com so we can talk about it and learn how to grow. And subscribe below, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for listening, and get uncomfortable.